Hey everybody. Today I'm going to show you how to make a little Python script that I wrote that plugs in well to GeekTool. For more on GeekTool, go check out my video on that. It's a great little application and it allows us to easily have our script running on the desktop at a predefined refresh rate, like every 2 seconds. The problem that caused me to write the script was that I always wanted to write more, not just programming, but prose and words. Perhaps every day, but I would always forget or put it off to the point of not doing it. And this script aims to solve that problem. So every day a new text document is made. It's a simple TXT file. What helps me the most is that the text document will obtain focus of your operating system every time the script is run if you haven't written your predefined amount past a certain time in the day. For me it's 4 o'clock, so I'm pretty much forced to do it if I want to use my computer past 4. So you can just download from the description, you can follow along, or you can do both. So I wrote this on my Mac and thus far it will only work on Unix operating systems, I think, but you could probably very easily edit it to work on your PC. So let's go ahead and get into writing this. So we're going to start out with our imports. I use datetime, time, and OS, which is the operating system. And I've placed all the documents under the writing directory, under the user's home directory, so we need to make sure that that exists. I'm going to have to use the function expand user path so that I don't have to hardcode any usernames. Let's take a look at this function in the IDLE, which is the Integrated Development Learning Environment, if I remember correctly. It's a fancy little tool that just lets you run Python from this command line interface. Okay, so we concatenate that string with the string /writing to create the full path to this directory, and we use the os.path.exists function to check if it exists. I needed to make a variable because we're going to use this again later. If it doesn't exist, go ahead and print that it didn't exist and then make the directory. This will only happen once, but it's good to have in there just as a check in case you move computers. So I took a little lazy shortcut just by using the mkdir or make directory Unix command, which works, although it's kind of lazy. Let's get the current date and name it today's date. We can grab that using date.today. Let's make the name of today's file, which is just the date with .txt on the end, but we use the full path. So now let's check if the file exists, or more importantly, if it does not exist. You can just use not, which is a lot like the exclamation point in a lot of other languages. It just reverses a boolean. If it doesn't exist, we can state that and then create the file using the open function, and we use w as our access modifier because we want write access. Then you can state that the file was in fact made. So let's go ahead and check the file size for future references in a few places. For easy length checking, I use file size being greater than 500 bytes to check if I'm done. You can do more or less depending on how much you really want to write. It's quick and easy and doesn't require a word count every 2 seconds. And remember that in plain text files, 1 byte is 1 character. So 500 characters isn't a huge essay, but you can obviously do more if you want. Or you could implement a word count if you're feeling up to the challenge. The last little persistent part is that if it's at past a certain time, and this is checked in 24-hour clock, repeatedly open the file until it's past 500 bytes, which might be annoying for you, but I enjoy it. And we do that just by checking if strf time, which I believe is string from time, is how I remember that, with the modifier %H, which returns the hour, the local hour in 24-hour clock. If that's greater than 16, which is 4 o'clock, which works for me. And then if that is true and we have not yet finished our writing assignment, then it will go ahead and open up that file, and if this is running every 2 seconds, it can get really annoying until you finish. So that's that, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll put a link to my website in the description. If you guys are watching this a few days after it goes up, my website's probably going to be pretty lame because it's in progress, but if you're in the future, go ahead and check it out, and there should be some cool stuff. Thanks.